Hola, estudiantes. These are some notes on noun-adjective agreement. So let's think, what is a noun? Person, place, or thing. What's an adjective? Describes a noun. Awesome. Hopefully you know those. In Spanish, adjectives have to match the nouns that they describe in number, like singular and plural, and gender, masculine, feminine. This is a concept that we do not have in English. Okay, in English, for instance, if I said the big ball, okay, well, actually, let me use a different word. The pink telephone, okay, the telephone is pink, right? Telephone is singular, and pink is just pink, okay? But in Spanish, what they essentially do is they say the telephones are pinks. They make the word pink be plural. In English, we don't make our adjectives be plural. Our adjectives just are adjectives, okay? It's pink telephone or pink telephones, okay? We don't say pinks telephones. But in Spanish, that's essentially what happens, okay? The word pink, the adjective, describes the noun, and it has to match the noun, all right? So, and it does that singular, plural, but it also does it masculine, feminine. So, for instance, if you're a girl and you are pretty, you say la chica bonita. You don't say la chica bonito, okay? And if it's las chicas, you say las chicas bonitas rather than las chicas bonitos or las chicas bonita. Okay, it's got to be plural. It's got to agree. Now, notice that I said la chica bonita rather than la bonita chica. That's because adjectives usually go after nouns in Spanish. So notice, el chico alto. The boy tall is what that literally says. But in Spanish, you put the adjective after the noun, so you say the boy tall rather than the tall boy. It's just a difference in placement. It makes the same amount of sense to them in Spanish as the tall boy does to us in English. All right? La chica alta. Notice that alto changes to alta because it's a girl, not a boy. La chica alta. Los chicos altos. Las chicas altas, the tall boys, the tall girls. We would say the tall boys, the tall girls. In Spanish, they say the girls talls, the boys talls. Okay, so they make the word tall become talls, and they put it after. If the adjective ends in O, there's 4 forms. Okay, alto, alta, altos, altas. If it ends in E, there's only a singular and a plural, like inteligente, el chico inteligente, or los chicos inteligentes. But la chica can also be inteligente. So if it ends with E, it works for both people. All right, if the adjective ends with a consonant like L or N, for instance, the word fácil means easy, and it ends with the L. All right, it works for both genders. So like la prueba fácil, the easy quiz, or el examen fácil, the easy test. El and la, no difference. Okay, both of it ends with L. Now, if it's plural, it's las pruebas fáciles with an ES, and los exámenes fáciles adds an ES. The N, same thing, joven, like el chico joven, la chica joven. But then it does add an ES when you make it plural. For some reason, joven happens to add an accent over the O. Okay. If the adjective ends in R, like trabajador, then it's trabajador for a guy, trabajadora for a girl, trabajadores for masculine plural, and trabajadoras for feminine plural. Bien? Those are your notes about adjectives and nouns. They agree, and the adjectives usually go after the nouns. Easy to understand, hard to remember to apply. We'll do some practice on it coming up.